So this is a review of my 10 gauge survival kit, and in the future I will be doing camping with just it and show you how to use it. Basically it comes with this lanyard. This is that super cord that's good for 300 pounds or something like that. Battery, lithium battery, and it stays put there. I've been carrying this in my pocket for 3 days, and it stays under that Ranger band really nicely. You just stick it up under there all the way. Don't leave it hanging out like that. See? So you got a wafer battery. You think, what's that for? Maybe he's going to start a fire with it. Yeah, maybe. You got a Ranger band, and we all know how useful these are. I mean, that can be used as medical purposes, maybe a tourniquet or something. What are you doing?
I wanted to see under that shoe. It looked like something else too.
Nothing. It can be used as a way to hold a bandage on. You put the bandage underneath it to hold it on and add some pressure. Of course, it can be used for fire starting. You can cut it in small strips and make bands for maybe a slingshot. I haven't ever tried that. I mean, these stretch out quite a ways. When I was a kid, we used them for the slingshots. But you could make multiple bands out of them if you wanted. So there's that. And then this cord, I think it's 20 feet, 16 or 20 feet of cord. It's a lot. And of course, this cord on the inside, it has strands, 8 strands. So those can be used for sewing or stitching or building or whatever you want. So it's good to have. Inside, you have this is brass, and inside you have an oil-filled, liquid-filled compass. Very accurate one. Perfect. That's north. That is north. So that's good. So you got a compass, a good compass. And and of course this rope, you can just pull it off or put it on any way you want. Inside, you've got iodine, and from what the CDC says, it takes a drop per quart of water or liter of water of commercial iodine. And of course, iodine won't kill clasporidium, I think is what it's called, but it takes care of most of everything else. And you would want to filter that through a sock or piece of material or something first to get most of the materials out. But that can be used for treating wounds. You got a bad wound, you cut the tip off and treat it, or for water. This is antibacterial soap, and of course I haven't marked these. These should be marked what they are. I can tell what they are by the liquid because I did them. But this is antibacterial soap, and so that's probably 2 or 3 uses if you had to clean a wound or something. This is what the battery's for. And this is a high energy, high output, low usage LED. And you could easily find your way home off a trail with this. It's not just a reading light. It's good for working too. And we put it in I put it in my bedroom and had it on for 2 weeks straight, and it was still going. So I don't know how long it would last with this lithium battery, but basically you would pull it out of the case, put the Ranger band back on the top, right, so all this stuff would still be in there. You'd put the battery in. You want flat side down, but it doesn't really matter. Plus side is flat. It's just I think it stays in there better, but I have never had it come out either way. And my wife carries one of these wherever she goes, so either way, put that on there like that. You take this, remember the long one is positive, the short one is negative, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter, because what you're going to do is you're going to stick it. You're going to stick one underneath and one on top, like that. Just like that. I bent it. Be more careful than me. Just like that. You can work that in there as far as you like. There you go. And now you have a nice light, and you could actually, I'll do a demo on this at night sometime and show you how bright it actually is, because we're right smack in the middle of afternoon. It's let's see what we got here. What time is it? It's 1 o'clock, so you know, any flashlight's not going to show up much, but that thing will last forever. 2 weeks without any other light source. You should be good to go. And that's 24 hours a day that was on. Then I have, of course, I've used this many times. That's why it's gnarly. When you get it, it should be smooth first time use. But that's 15 feet or 10 feet of brass snare wire. It's very good. It's hard to break, hard to cut, and very flexible. And you just make the trigger, the loop with that. You don't make the trigger with this. And I'll show you how to make snares. You just use this as the loop, the noose. You don't use it for the triggers. And that way you can set more snares. So compass. Let's see what else we got in here. Look at all that stuff. You got a knife. Of course, mine's been used many times. Another thing for the Ranger band is you can take it and actually wrap it around the knife, and now it's safer, you see, for cutting. And this will cut about anything. These are very sharp, very razor sharp. But it's also a striker for your flint. See that? You get one of these. This is a miniature frontier match, and inside is a piece of waxed. I've been using it, so I don't know how much is left. Doesn't look like much is left in there, but it's waxed jute is what I put in there. Can't get it out. Come out. Come out. Come on. There you go. Now you could take that. I'm bending my light up. You could take that and break it apart for an emergency fire, or you can use it like a match if you're good at finding lighter, you know, fat wood. Then of course you only need a match. So then what you would do is you would stick this in there like that. You'd rough out the end. And I'm going to do demos on each of these. I'm going to go out and actually live off of my kit and show you how I use all these things in here. And of course everything in here has multiple purposes, including this wax jute. It can be used for multiple things. And I'm writing right now a little booklet to kind of show what the uses of are for. So you can just kind of rough that up like that. Probably don't need that much out. You just need a little bit because you're just going to use it as a match to light your lighter or whatever. And then you take your striker, put it down there. You have to make sure you have small enough threads so that the spark will catch. But this is, even though this striker is small, the ferrule rod, it's extremely good quality ferrule rod, I find. It throws a really decent spark for its size. If you get fat wood, you can probably have it going by now. There we go. Almost.
Can you see that?
There you go. Oh, I put it out. There you go. And see, you can just hold that under the fire, light your fire, get it going, and of course just blow it out and conserve it, you know. So you just want to put it out and then conserve it for the next time you need it. See? So there's that. And of course this will light better the next time it's used because it's got charcoal on it. You know. But you get several of those little strips and they extend down to about there. So probably can get 6 or 8 fires built with that. Plus then you'd have the striker left over. And then this is also an emergency whistle. So if you need to signal somebody or you need a whistle, works very well. Listen. So it's an emergency whistle. So everything in here has many multiple uses, and I cover all that in the literature that comes with it. So there's that, snare wire, light, a safety pin, and think fish hook. I mean, it can be used for multiple things. There's enough room in here. Actually, you could put some fishing wire and fish hooks. I don't do that because I'm going to go snare something or gig something. But a safety pin can be used for your clothing, to get a stinger or a sliver out, multiple things. So that's in there. This is antibiotic, triple antibiotic. So you just cut a little small corner off of there, wash the wound out. Here's your soap. Treat it with some iodine, let that dry, and then hit it with some antibiotic. This is also used for Vaseline, so it could easily be used to help start a fire because it's Vaseline. It has multiple uses. But I put those 3 items in there. There could be more. If you have any suggestions on what I put in here, just let me know. I'll try to fit it in there. Then you got foil in here, if I can get it out. My goodness. Guess that's never coming out. It's going to be in there forever. But you'll know you'll have it. My fingers are too big.
Here's your safety pin.
But, you know, you can see it in there. There we go. Turn it. That's what you do. You turn it to get it out. Just like unscrewing of something, huh? So foil. Many, many uses for heavy-duty foil. And it's a very big piece of foil. It's folded extremely tight and extremely small. So once you get that out, you're going to have to use it. Most of the stuff, once you take it out, once you break into the kit, you're not going to use this on a regular basis. If you do and you need more stuff, just let me know and I'll send you some more stuff. Probably have it on the website where you can get it. But because you should practice with what you have. But you can make a cup out of this, cook with it, reflector, signaling, multiple uses for foil, help you get a fire started, to put your tinder on, to put in the fire. And then, last but not least, is a knife sharpener. And this is 400 grit sandpaper. Of course, this is just a crummy piece that I've been using. And you would want to check it on a regular basis, and if it's wearing out, you want to replace it. But basically, this will keep an edge on this little blade, a really nice edge on it. Without any problem at all. And this is wet dry. I mean, it would last out in the woods quite a while of getting stuff done. But you can put a razor edge back on this. And on all these blades, I put a nice little convex grind. So the blade is really spectacular as far as its cutting ability. Let's see if I can find that stick or something. That's very nice. Look at this. See that? See? It's a very nice knife. So that's it. That's, if if you got any suggestions, let me know. That's my 12 gauge survival kit. All kit and caboodle. It's everything I carry with me. And you should too. You could probably actually use the back of this as the flint striker and preserve your blade. I hadn't thought of that. See if that works. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's great. So I just use the back of that and preserve your blade. Keep yourself from cutting it. You could wrap the Ranger band around it, like so. That extends the handle and gives you a little bit more pressure. Yep, that's the way to do it. Use the back of the blade and preserve your other blade for making foot sticks, whatever. Okay. Comment, let me know. See if there's any other suggestions that I can put in this little thing. But, you know, I started doing this because I have emergency supply kits that I used to carry with me, but they just stayed in my backpack. They didn't go anywhere else. I didn't take them out. If I went for a little day hike, I didn't remove them and take them with me. There was no reason to, because I had my pack with me. And then I'd find myself out on a day hike with nothing in my pocket, because let's face it, folks, most of your survival kits are extremely cumbersome. You're not going to carry that around in your pocket. Are you kidding me? And I thought, you know what? I saw Colin Outdoors, I think, or one of the guys, make one of these. He was just making the case out of a shotgun shell. And I thought, oh, wouldn't that make a nice emergency kit? You know, a survival kit. And so I took the top off of one and heated it up and melted out the core. There's a plastic core in there. I epoxied in this nice little compass, and this is brass, so it's non-metallic. And then started playing around with what I could put in there and what works and what doesn't, and came up with this kit. And it's pretty handy, if I do say so myself. I like it. But you know, depending upon you, you can get really good at putting this stuff back in and not. And, you know, some of it's harder to get in, some of it's easier to get in. The wire is probably the hardest to get in, especially after you've been using it. I use it all the time and just recollect it and put it back in there. If you never use the kit, then it's easy to take out. But once you undo the pack and you're surviving, you would just put most of this stuff in your pocket, like the wire or the knife in your pocket. You wouldn't have to pack it back in there every time you had to use it if you're surviving. But there you have it. You got about a couple of gallons worth of iodine treatment. You have some antibiotic liquid soap. You have some triple antibiotic Vaseline, lithium battery, flashlight, compass, fire starting, Ranger band for multiple uses, and cord. And tune in and I'll show you how I use this stuff, and give me suggestions if you have any. Alright, shipping out.